Toy Story 5 is definitely one of the best animated movies of 2026. And let me tell you, the competition is tough, huh? But did you know that the fifth movie of Pixar's biggest franchise is completely packed with incredible hidden secrets? One of those biggest hidden details in the movie, by the way, is actually one of the greatest Easter eggs in Pixar movies. In the scene where Jessie, Woody, and Buzz are riding horseback returning to Bonnie, for a quick second, the cowgirl gives a warning, and they all pretend to be discarded toys on the side of the road, and a car drives past all of them. And if you look closely, you are going to see that it is simply the world-famous Pizza Planet truck, which has simply appeared in every single Toy Story movie, maybe in all Pixar movies. Now, tell me the truth. The moment that Jessie and Buzz make a decades-long dream of Toy Story fans come true and the cowgirl plants a kiss on the Space Ranger, did you notice that along with the fireworks shown on Lilypad's screen and Woody's happy smile, the other Buzz who was holding Woody made a face of absolute shock? Yep, we noticed. And yes, I rooted for this couple for many years. One of the new characters, who is already one of my absolute favorites in the entire Toy Story franchise, is Smarty Pants. And the cool thing about this toy is that he doesn't always say what he is thinking, but we can figure out what he thinks or is feeling by the display screen located on his chest. For example, a lot of people didn't even catch this, but when Jessie called the potty training toy and his friends useless, Smarty made a surprised face. But if you look at his display, you will notice that a poop emoji pops up right at that exact moment, showing what he was really thinking about Jessie right then. I laughed so hard when I saw this scene for the second time and caught this amazing detail. Later on, closer to the end of the movie, when Blaze's toys are riding horseback with Jessie to rescue Lilypad, Smarty Pants says that when it comes to gas, he is an expert. And if you pause the scene at the exact right moment, you will realize that a fart symbol simply appears on the toy's display screen. Seriously, that one was really good. Something that very few people realized, including even the older folks, is that the scene where the army of Buzz Lightyears is shown emerging from the water in the lake is a reference to one of the most highly acclaimed war movies in history called Apocalypse Now. It is an exact, highly accurate recreation of the scene where Captain Benjamin rises out of the water to carry out his final mission. I am absolutely sure that practically nobody knew this one. Now, let's take a look at something that we can call, at the very least, a totally random correlation of information inside Toy Story 5. When the Buzz Army sees Jessie and Bullseye's ad, they immediately manage to access the address of Blaze's house. And if you look closely, you will notice that the girl's house number is 1200. The interesting part is that when Lilypad and Bonnie get back home and the tablet starts randomly opening applications, we can notice that one of those apps she quickly shows is a calculator, and the math equation done has the result of exactly 1200. Coincidence? I highly doubt it. It was probably put there on purpose by the animators to see if anyone would catch it. And now you caught it, didn't you? Another interesting thing we noticed in the ad is Blaze's handle, which, honestly, perfectly matches the girl. After all, it is @HorseGirl. Now here comes a really cool detail. Like we already mentioned, the Pizza Planet truck is a practically permanent Easter egg in Pixar movies. However, another Easter egg that is present in all of the company's movies is the Pixar ball. And a lot of people didn't notice it, but it showed up in one of the scenes in the movie. This happens right when the army of Buzz action figures finds Blaze's address and uses an alternative version of Google Maps called Webtura Maps. And if you look closely, you will realize that the destination pin symbol, which is Blaze's house, is exactly an adaptation of the Pixar ball. The army of Buzz action figures somehow ends up arriving at Blaze's house. And in that moment, they capture Woody, leaving him for the pet pig to lick him. Shortly after that, the original Buzz convinces all of them to go together to rescue Jessie. And after his speech that all of them were in reality toys, he wraps it up by informing everyone that Zurg is actually the father of all of them. This is a clear reference to the scene in Toy Story 2 where in the elevator shaft, Buzz faces off against Zurg in a final battle, right up to the moment his arch-rival tells him that he is actually his father. This, in turn, is already a reference to the most iconic scene in the greatest science fiction franchise in history, Star Wars, where Darth Vader reveals to the hero, Luke Skywalker, that he is his real father. In other words, it is a reference inside of a reference. Get it? If you're enjoying the video, subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss any new videos. In the scene where we see Jessie going into Blaze's room alongside Smarty Pants, Atlas, and Snappy, we can spot a really neat detail related to what the girl enjoys doing. We can see that on the bulletin board, there is a Black Women's Rodeo Association certificate, which probably belongs to the girl and her mom, since both of them are Black women who love horses. And that is not all. It looks like Blaze is actually really good at what she does, since she owns several awards that she must have won from participating in youth rodeos. You can even see a few really cool horseshoe-shaped trophies. Actually, if you take a good look around, you will find references to horses and rodeos all over the girl's bedroom, like this equine-shaped wireframe, or this ornament shaped like a horseback riding saddle. Even the spray bottle has a shape that slightly resembles a horse. Now that is what I call a passion for horseback riding. And to complement this cycle of Blaze's passion for horses, above the girl's headboard, we can see a world map pointing out the most well-known horse breeds on every continent on the planet. And Pixar really made a highly accurate map. For instance, we can spot the reference to the most influential horse breed in history, the Arabian. More horse references in Blaze's bedroom can be found in the painting hanging on the wall, and also in the wooden rocking horse right over there in the corner. By the way, I think rocking horses count as toys too, so why doesn't this one talk to anybody? Later, when we get a closer look at Blaze, we can see that the girl even wears a horseshoe-shaped pendant. This is definitely a really cool detail. Now, leaving Blaze's bedroom and heading over to Bonnie's bedroom, we find another very awesome reference to the first Toy Story movies. When Bonnie wakes up and sees that Lily Pad is out of battery, we can see that she is wearing cloud pajamas. This is a clear callback to the wallpaper that Andy, the very first owner of our main characters, had in his bedroom for many years. An interesting background scene that we noticed in the movie, which some people let slip by, is when Bonnie is sad after her classmates called her a baby. The girl and her mom go get some ice cream, and in the background, an interesting scene takes place where we can see a boy threatening to smear ice cream all over his sister. So, if you have a brother or sister, you know that this is completely normal sibling behavior. Right after this scene, we spotted an intentional detail that the Pixar animators left behind so that the most attentive fans would notice it. Lily Pad sees that there is a pickup truck close to where she and Bonnie are, and realizes that it belongs to an NGO that accepts donations, called Tri-County. And right when she is about to jump into the donation box, because she is completely certain that this would be best for Bonnie, if you look in the background, you will see that there is a sign for that same NGO with an arrow pointing downward, basically telling us what the next thing the tablet was going to do would be, which was jumping right into the box. And that is not all. If you look at the pickup truck's license plate, you will notice that it has the letters TCC on it, which, if you stop and think about it, is the exact acronym for Tri-County Car. And in case you don't remember very well, that is exactly the name of the city where all the events in the Toy Story franchise take place, at least starting from the second movie, since in the first one, Andy's family ends up moving to a new house. The dumpsters and garbage trucks in Toy Story 3 belong to the local fleet, and the junkyard that appears in the climax is the Tri-County landfill. The airport in Toy Story 2 is the Tri-County International Airport. The commercial for Owl's Toy Barn says that there are stores spread out across the Tri-County area. After Jessie and Bullseye find the carving in the tree saying Jessie was here, the ragdoll cowgirl calls Blaze's mare over and asks her to dig in the spot where the arrow was pointing. And shortly after, we see that they manage to unearth an old vintage lunchbox, and it goes by really fast. But we can notice once again that there are horses printed on the lunchbox. And stored away inside of it are things that most of the people from the younger generation have absolutely no idea what they even are. Such as, for instance, a cassette tape, the kind they used to use to listen to music, and also a paper happy birthday card. I have to confess, I got a bunch of those when I was a kid. When Jessie asks Lily Pad to send a picture of where she is, the cowgirl zooms in and discovers that she is on Martin Avenue. This could very well be a reference to Martin Hines, who is one of the writers credited with developing the original story for Toy Story 4. And the tributes given on the roads where the green tablet traveled to members of the production crew do not stop there. That is because right after that, we find out that Lily Pad is passing by the intersection between Southwest 35 and Keena Avenue. with this last road being simply a direct reference and a well-deserved tribute to Kenna Harris, who is the official co-director for Toy Story 5. In the scene where Lilypad runs an upgrade on the Buzz action figure army and activates the drone-style flying option, we see Woody and Buzz say, "Now that is flying with style." This is a reference to the very first Toy Story movie, in the scene where Woody and Buzz are falling and gliding toward Andy's car, and the Space Ranger says that was falling with style. We'll stop here, but you can still keep watching more incredible videos. Just click on either of these two appearing for you. Until next time.